Hello everyone, I'm Michael from Unittracker.net and I'm here with another video on Linux. To be more specific, in this video we will be familiarizing ourselves to the Linux operating system's command line. You should know before we begin that this tutorial is for the complete beginners. So if you are an intermediate or advanced user, I would appreciate it if you would comment any suggestions for basic commands that I may have missed, specifically ones that you want to learn about in the future. With that being said, let's get going. So here we have our Linux Mint install that we have been using in our previous videos. If you haven't followed our videos, then I'd recommend checking them out as it will help you understand the current video further. Another thing I'd like to say is that you will hear me say command line and terminal interchangeably throughout the video. They both mean the same thing, and that is the bash shell in Linux. Now moving right along, we first need to open a command line. To open the command line, press and hold Ctrl, Alt, and T. This is one of the most universal key combinations for the terminal in most Linux distributions. Now that our command line is open, let's dive into some basic commands. The command line works off of the directory tree. This means that when you open a command line, you are in a folder. As you enter commands and do whatever it is that you are doing, you will be navigating through your directory tree. By default, the command line will open up in your home directory, and of course this can be changed later on, and we'll show you how to do that in a future video. Now the directory tree is where your file manager opens to, just like here. By default, most distros will show the directory that you are in up here in your PS2. We will go over what that is exactly in more complex terminal stuff in a future video. But for now, just remember that on most distros, your prompt is usually user@host:directory, where user is the user you are in the shell as, host is the name of your computer, and I will show you how to change this to something cool later on, and directory is the path to the directory that you are in. The first and most common command to learn is ls. The ls command will show you what folders and files are in the current directory. So if we go ahead and type ls and hit enter, you can see that it outputted a listing of the files in our directory. You are not done after just inputting commands, because after commands comes command options. Almost 99% of commands have options that can be added to them to do particular things. For example, the ls command by itself will only display files and folders that are not hidden. But if we ls space tac a, this will show us all of the files, including the hidden ones. Now in Linux, if a file has a dot in front of it, then it is hidden. We can also ls space tac l to see the permissions, owner, and last access date of a file. Moving right along, the second command to learn is part of a set. This command is the mkdir command. The mkdir command will do as it sounds and make a directory. Now we can test it by entering the command mkdir space tutorial. Now if we ls, we will see our new directory. If we want to remove the directory, we will use the rmdir command. So type rmdir space tutorial. Now if we ls again, we can see our directory is gone. Now if you want to change between directories, you would simply use the cd command. cd stands for change directory. This is the command that lets us navigate through the file system. If we ls, we can see what files are inside our current folder. Now if we want to go into our documents folder, we'd cd space documents. Hit enter and we are now in the documents folder as shown in our prompt. If you want to go back one folder, you can cd space dot dot or cd space dot dot slash. If you want to cd back into your base home directory from where you are, no matter where you are, then you can cd with nothing after it, or cd space tilde, and a tilde is that little squiggly one. The fifth command is the touch command. Touch is used to create files, similar to how the mkdir command creates directories. We will do touch tutorial.txt and hit enter, and this will go ahead and create the tutorial.txt file in our current directory. Now if we want to remove this file, we can rm tutorial.txt. ls again, and it's gone. These are only 6 of the most basic entry-level commands merely out of thousands that Linux has to offer. Keep a lookout for a part 2 of this video, as it will be on the way. If this video helped you out, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe, as it will let us know that you're looking for more. Also be sure to check us out at www.unittracker.net and on Facebook and Instagram. For now, I'm Michael, and we will see you in the next one.